G'day guys, how's it going? Alright, so that might look a little bit bloody weird, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set up a snorkel. So a bit like a snorkel on a Jeep, so that I can ride Harry underwater. And I've just got to connect the bottom part to the air intake. So I'm just having a bit of a play around. Pulling your bloody leg, come on. I know I'm a bit crazy, but I ain't that bloody crazy. Alright, so you know how I've been, hang on, come over here. Rightio, actually what we'll do guys is we'll come over here and I'll tell you how this all started. Now, if you can see that is what was a dash that sat down in here and blocked all this off. Now this is actually wider now because I've made some changes, but after putting that in there, that actually made a lot of turbulence in here. If you watch the previous stuff, you'll understand the whole process of how this all bloody happened. So by removing this, I've now fixed the problem, and also because I've actually made this even larger, it actually works even better. So I've got a really nice flow of air through there, and it just works wonders. Rightio, so now back over to Harry. Rightio, so Harry, Boulevard C50. And now, so what I'm trying to do here is, well, so I've got this big ass bloody windscreen, and it's fantastic. It works great. I've had it for ages, but I am getting that buffeting. Now the buffeting never really worried me that much. It's only worried me since it started affecting the microphone and talking. Now I don't know whether it's the new the Sony Handycam. I've had it for ages, but a lot of the stuff that I did earlier, which was with Harry, I had a drift camera, a different microphone, pretty much the same setup, and it never seemed to have a problem. But with the Sony Action Cam and the microphone that I now run with that, I think the Sony Action Cam must have, like, it's the sensor in it, because it senses and makes adjustments to it. So I'm thinking, right, well I fixed it on Max the DR650, let's have a go at trying to fix bloody Harry. Now there's not 101, I was going to say 101 different ways of doing it. Like you can put, you know, I've seen people put these little things that clamp on there, and there's a little extra window, a little bloody flappy thing there. You can cut holes in here and put that flappy thing in there. But I saw one guy, so I'm putting it out there now. This is not my idea. I'm going to put a link to the guy that I've seen do this. This is pretty crazy. This is DIY at its bloody, you know, cheap ass bastard bloody solution as it gets. So what he did was he got this PVC pipe, and basically I've got a what do you call it, a right angle on there, and what that's going to do is grab air there. It'll shoot up. I'm going to cut this pipe off down here, and it'll shoot air in behind here, because the problem, if you've seen the other videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. We've got high pressure here, but in here, this area here is low pressure. So when the high pressure hits the low pressure, it gets all crazy. And that is when you get all that noise. The noise in the, not that shh noise. I'm doing that too many times. So, apparently with what he said, doing this, it actually fixed it for him. Now, whether I'm gonna do this, I'm just gonna do it because basically the pipe that I've got, and I've got 4 of those things, it's cost me like $7 from Bunnings. So if this is just total, if it works, it's great. If it works and it looks shit, I'll most probably do something different. But it'll prove the point in what I need to do. But if it works and it looks okay, like I'll obviously have to paint this, whether it'll be black or silver, or try and do a chrome or whatever, you know, I might leave it. Righto, so the first thing I had to do was make sure that I could have these pipes sit down here and have a way of just zip tying it to start with, because I just want to try this. I'm not going to do anything permanent, just and see if it actually makes a difference. The next thing I want to prove is that the air is going to go in down here and actually come out there, and that's going to work. So I've just put some stuff here. I've got a little bloody gun here. Let's see what happens here. Hey presto, look at that! Rightio, so the next thing now is, so this is where it's going to sit. Now this is pointing more up than it is straight out, so I might end up actually cutting some of this away, so it ends up being a bigger hole and more pointed straight, like if I was to come straight at the bike. See how that's pointed up? It's not like coming that way. And then I've got to cut this pipe off there, and then I'll use the other piece to do exactly the same on this side. Now what I don't know is, you know, is it best for the air to be coming out at this level here, or is it better to be coming out up here, or is it better to be coming out up here? Now from an aesthetics point, I'm just going to cut it there. If I have to have it up there, well then it's this pipe system's not going to be what I'm going to use. So the next thing, once I cut it off there, do I have another one of these doodads? And will I have that pointing so it blows this way, or is it going to be better to run the air so it blows straight up, it's blowing straight up? That I don't know, and that's just I'm gonna run with it blowing straight up to start with. All right, I'll get cutting these and I'll come back to you. Rightio, so pipes are cut. This is got to be one of the easiest mods I've done. So there you go. So pipe is cut, other side's in. Now obviously they're just sitting in there loose. And basically that's how they're sitting. So what I'm going to hope is that air is just going to come streaming through here, and then have, whoop, where are you there? High pressure, and then high pressure. Now I don't know how much high pressure, but it's going to alleviate the low pressure in here. So I've just got to zip tie these, and then I'll come back to you. Rightio guys, so I've now got the zip tie. They're zip tied in there, so they can't move up the top, and they can't come out the bottom because they're resting on here. Hopefully I don't scratch me chrome. She'll be right. So all I've got to do now is jump on the bike and go and test it. Now obviously it is dark time, but that's alright. It's not going to be a visual test like I did with the other one, which didn't really work that well. What I'm going to do to be able to hopefully get the difference with the microphone is I've done that so that while I'm riding along I'll be able to cap them off, and then I can take them off and see if we get a bloody difference. Alright, I better go suit up, and I'll see you on the road. Rightio guys, I just wanted to quickly show you I'm going to be running with an open face helmet. I've got a microphone in here, one of those bloody sides, alright? Because you won't see me while I'm out there in the dark, and I'll only be running that camera. Let's get out there. Rightio guys, so currently we're doing about, I know, 70 Ks. And I can feel the buffeting, and because most of it comes from down here, and that's what those Memphis shades or the lowers or lower wind deflectors normally fix. But I'm just going to cap these now. Cap the other one. And there's no noticeable difference at this speed with having those things capped. So I'm going to get some speed up here. Come on cars, get going, Liz. Alright, so I've got to keep talking now so we can detect whether there's a change. So my voice should be kind of like cutting in and out because I'm getting that bloody buffeting. Alright, we'll get past this guy. That should be experience. Oh, I just lost one. Bloody hell. I lost the cap off one of them. Hopefully that was behind that car. Damn it. Alright, so now they're off. I've taken both off. I'm still getting buffeting. I don't think there's a huge difference. Like, that's really cool there. There's those pipes. Now I can't feel much air coming out of that. So look, I reckon I'm going to call this a fail. But we'll see what the mic comes back with. Alright, see you back in the man cave. Rightio guys, so obviously that was a fail. I've checked the footage which you just saw, and yeah, it made no difference. There was air coming through, but this is basically the thing. I mean, you look at the size of that windscreen, it's a huge windscreen, and I've got these tiny little bit of air coming out of there. I mean, on the DR, it's the small screen, and I had the whole screen had the back end, so there was an equal, I would say, a more equal amount of air. Having these pissy little bloody pipes just wasn't going to cut it. You know, I could maybe adjust that to make them a little bit bigger, but I just don't think that's going to be that. I don't think that's my solution, because when I'm sitting on the bike, all right, let's see how I can do this. So I'm sitting on the bike. When the wind, now this is a really high windscreen, so basically the wind, when I feel the wind hits me right just on the top of the helmet, I can just feel it. Like, if you can see up there, it hits on the top of those, just the top of the, on top of the goggles. So I believe my problem is the air that comes through here. Because when I put my hand there and block on either side, that's the air coming from there. I'm trying to do this, guys, so you can see the air coming from there. I can feel that. I can put it here and I can push and hold that wind from there. So I need to get those the fork wind deflectors is what I'd have to do, I think. I really avoided, back when I was doing all the stuff to Harry, I avoided those because it becomes, you know, it's like you got this big ass windscreen, and then I've got these big ass bloody, yeah, you look like a bloody Chips rider. Chips, remember Chips, the motorcycle patrol? Oh, there was a sticker actually, Chips. Alright, I'm crapping on now, guys. So what I think, I'm going to have a shot at this. So before buying a set of lowers or trying to make them out of Perspex, I'm going to make them out of wood, I reckon. I'll make a set out of wood. Sounds crazy, but trust me. Put them on there and we'll see if that works. I'm going to get rid of these pipes now because they're just no good. Alright guys, so Crazy Mark is at it again. Alright, so this is the fork lowers, the Memphis shades, whatever the hell you want to call them. You ready? Are you sure you're ready? Here we go. But this is a prototype, okay? Now, as you can see, I've got my little skeletons on there. They're a little bit worried looking. But that's it. Nay helped me with it.
Don't blame me.
All right. Let's go out and test them out. Rightio, guys. So I don't know if you can see them down there. Alright, so I can already tell I've got no wind coming down there. Oh, I just had a big sneezing fit. Bloody getting the hay fever. So if I start sounding bloody sneezy and snotty, sorry guys. Alright, what are we doing? 70 k's an hour. So the only wind I can feel a little bit from off these sides here, coming rapid in a bit, but not where my voice is, and definitely nothing coming from down here. So this is all just bloody nothing. It's crazy. So we're doing 80 k's now, so hopefully yeah, I mean, I can just tell, and hopefully the audio will end up showing that anyway. But yeah, so far so good. All right, I'll come back to you guys when we get into the 100k zone. Rightio guys, so we're now doing 100 k's, and I'll tell you what, that bloody MDF stuff, that makes a huge difference. So, and I reckon I can tell straight up that you guys are going to be hearing me okay, and that it's not going to be cutting out too much. So we're now just getting over 100 k's. That's now 110 k's. The high beams on. Massive difference. So it looks like I'll be getting some fork blower shields, and that's the thing, you got to weigh it up. You know, it may not look as good, but if I want clear audio, you know, while I'm doing high speed stuff, which is what you're normally doing on Harry, this is what I'm going to have to do. Alright guys, I think that's enough of a test, and we'll see you back at the man cave. Well, there you go, guys. So I reckon that's a win for the MDF. We've got a little bit of MDF bloody damage there. I was really surprised though. I mean, I thought these were going to be bending and bloody in the wind, but they held up really good. So I think that's proven to me. I've just had a look at the footage, and as you would have realised, that my voice did still come in and out. Definitely not as bad as it was before I put that on, and definitely if I didn't have those on, I think it was 80k, I would start to get that in and out, but it wasn't until over the 100k you'd start to get that little bit of in and out. Obviously, if I had a full face helmet, it wouldn't be a problem. So I think that's proven to me that if I want to, you know, stop that buffeting, I'll get some lowers. My nose is all getting bloody, I'm getting all nasally. It's the season, it's all the summer grasses. That's what I get allergic to, so I get that hay fever. Anyway, so there you go, guys. I reckon we've solved that. Well, I've solved it for myself. And obviously, if I get those shades, or the shades or the lowers or the wind deflectors, whatever the hell they bloody call them, I'll show you. Cool. Hope you enjoyed bloody my little craziness. All right, guys, keep on riding. If you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.